So yes, I have a password, so I'm going to put in my email address. Give me 1 second here.
This is how people can. This is how people can find out more from you, right?
That's right. So anyone watching my keystrokes will know how to get into my.
Not showing your keystroke.
Okay.
You are showing that you botched your password, though.
Well, I have a feeling that it may have been more to do with which email account I'm using. With 8 email accounts, I can never remember which one is which, and so there's always the danger of flying without a net. Okay, here we go.
There you go.
So we're locked in, right? You can download a PDF of the course. I can go in and see it. I'm going to watch the lesson. So there are lessons, there are assignments, there's a quiz, there are the discussions that wrap around it. So you can see that we've tried to think through sort of all of the different pieces. So this one in particular is not as much interactive. So this one was one that Sony chose to do just sort of a write-up of it.
So this is more great content. So
this is content, but taking stock of your data, accessing your data, arranging your data, etc. But some of these, for instance, like the digital scrapbooking, I believe, is more short-form content where it's either a flash demo. I know there's one with the camera where you can actually see how to use one of the features of zooming in on the subject's face or multiple subjects' faces, things like that. It is a video because that happened to be a better way to demonstrate that. But again, it's not about Sony. It's not about why Sony's products are great. It's about the lifestyle. So what do you do with these electronics? What do you do with the camera that you're using right now to take this video? How do you become a better film editor? What are the tools that you might want to use? One last note about this is we do have part of our platform, it's really like an offer engine, or we call it our merchandising tool. So in the case of the digital scrapbooking piece, you've gone through it, you see how you can do digital scrapbooking. Well, as you do that, presented on the right-hand side of your screen is a little sort of box that shows 4 of the items that might be helpful in doing digital scrapbooking. A Blu-ray, DVD burner, a disc, some storage disk space so you don't eat up all the space in your computer, the video camera, whatever, to do it in the laptop to potentially do all the editing. What's nice about that is, yes, Sony is pushing their products, but they're doing it in a constructed way because you said, I'm interested in this kind of thing, and they're saying, well, if you're interested, here are some of our tools that can help you do it better. You can choose to do that, or you can go off and you can look at other sites and figure out, the same tools if you wanted to buy something from Dell or whatever. Obviously, Sony would prefer that you not do that.
Right.
But what they are doing is they're trying to create goodwill up front, saying, we provided this service to you. Ideally, that's worth something to you. And as a result, we'd love for you to, consider buying from us. And what we have seen is, and there's a great Marketing Profs case study that you can actually find over on the Marketing Profs site. I think we have a link to a PDF on our site of it as well on powered.com. But it talks about some of the statistics that they've got of people who are willing to recommend Sony as a result of taking these courses, people that are willing to buy more from them, people that are willing to spend more time on the site. And the numbers are phenomenal. I can't cite them off the top of my head, but they're all included in the case study. Again, they're done by my friend Ann Hanley over at Marketing Profs, and she did it with our client, so you can get it right from the horse's mouth if you'd like.
That's awesome. So where do you see Powered in sort of the social media landscape? Because it sounds like you're a mix of awesome services to help clients develop content, but also somewhat on the platform side. How do you sort of position yourself against a landscape of many competitors?
Well, it's a good question, Colin, and it's a tricky one for us to solve, especially as someone coming in and being responsible for the overall marketing. We are working very closely to figure out how we fit in, but we see ourselves really sort of in the middle of the white label providers, the folks like Bazinga, Jive, to some degree Awareness, although Awareness, we just talked to them the other day, they really are solely the provider of the platform versus any of the services that go along with it. And then you have the agencies that are helping people create great content, that are working with them to sort of think through their overall social strategy. So we don't really compete with either of those because we're not just a platform provider, and even though we provide moderation and management, that's not all we do. But at the agency side, agencies do a lot more. They build entire sites out, they do online advertising campaigns, they do SEM and SEO. So we really do sort of fit squarely in between those things, and as a result, we are reaching out to some of the folks on the white label side, as well as reaching out to some of the folks on the agency side, and trying to figure out how can we work with them because of the fact that we do sit squarely in the middle to benefit some of the clients that may have needs in this space that the agencies say we don't really want to play in it, or the white label folks are saying we don't really have the content or some of the services capabilities that you guys have. And so we feel like there's a real niche in that space. We're also hardcore focused on the marketer, so we're not looking necessarily to build support forums, we're not looking to build product innovation forums, although you certainly can do that off of our platform. But it's really sort of looking at how do you create engagement, loyalty, propensity to recommend, propensity to buy with our customers' customers.
And then pricing, how do you price your solution?
That's the $64,000 question, and one of the things that we're working on really diligently right now is creating transparency around that. So what I'll tell you is that if you looked at sort of some of the high-end pricing for some of the white label providers, we fall into that at the bottom end of our range. We're certainly not as expensive as some of the engagements that you might do with an agency, which again spans the whole universe. So you're doing your website, you're doing a lot of your advertising, and some of your other social efforts like YouTube videos and things like that. So we sort of fall somewhere in between, but I would say look in the next couple of months for a lot of transparency regarding our pricing on our website in the next couple of months.
And for people that want to find out more about you, or either online or in person, where should we go?
Well, I really like to communicate solely by fax, so if you'd like to fax me, no, I'm just kidding. Couple ways to get me. Twitter is one of my preferred channels. I follow back just about everyone unless you're a spammer, so I'm Aaron Strout, AARON-STROUT on Twitter. I do contribute regularly to my professional blog, which is blog.stroutmeister.com. That was Google's recommendation, not mine. Somebody squatted on aaronstrout.com. So that's STROUTMEISTER.com. And then we also have a group blog on Powered.com, which you can go to if you go to Powered.com and just click on the link on the homepage. That's one where we try to really sort of do some of our meatier topics. We don't talk about Powered, but we do talk about some of the problems that we help clients solve. Talking about things like loyalty, authenticity, ROI on your social endeavors and things like that.
And you're buying people beers at South by, I hear.
Absolutely. You come down, throwing a party on Monday night. We're sponsoring an event that Mashable is doing. Mm-hmm. It's at the 6th Lounge. I believe it's at 9:30 Central Time on Monday night. So, ping me or go to Mashable. You can get the details there. And certainly anybody that I'm friendly with, which is a lot of people, happy to provide refreshments.
And can't forget the New Marketing Summit. You'll be in San Francisco and Dallas?
Absolutely. We're very excited to be speaking and sponsoring at the New Marketing Summit. I believe the San Francisco event is late April, and Dallas is mid-May.
Exactly right.
Looking at Colin to confirm that for me. So we hope we'll see people there. We're excited about it. We went to the event last fall that was in Boston. A lot of great people there, a lot of great speakers. And I know that Chris and Colin are working to truly mix this one up to not only make it great value, but to provide a little bit of a different twist to your conventional conference.
All right. Well, hey, thanks a lot, Aaron. And that's it for the... Thank you so much. This is the first episode of New Marketing TV in 2009.
So that could be a good thing or a bad thing. Either I set the bar high or I set the bar really low.
You set it really high.
Right. Well, thank you for having me, Colin.
Thank you, Aaron.